collected my boarding pass. It took a lot of while to do that. Hello once again and welcome to Flight Realities. Today we will be flying a Boeing 737-36Q Air fleet belonging to Max Air, and the aircraft will be taking us from Nnamdi Azikwe International Airport all the way to International Airport Yola. And while on this trip, I'll be taking you through the nitty-gritties of what experiences it is or how it is to fly the Max Air fleet. So while on this, feel free to grab a popcorn and a glass of juice. Stay with us, feel free, and don't go anywhere. Thank you. So hello, good day viewers. My name is Joseph Kabulu and you're welcome back to Flight Realities. Today I'll be taking a journey from Abuja straight to Yola, and my flight is by 4 p.m. And then of course, walk you through what it is like, traveling with one of the airlines. And the airline I'll be traveling today is Max Air. And just so recently, Max Air had, some mishap in terms of operations and in terms of maintenance, where they even had, a deflation in tires at the runway during landing in one of their trips to Yola. I'll be showing you what it is like here in Africa, and of course, I'll be giving you the first-hand experience on what it is, some of the internal issues within aviation. And by extension, I'll be doing this in other countries. Maybe from Nigeria, I'll be transiting to Kenya, to Ghana, South Africa. Of course, this will come later on in some of my work plan for the vlog travel plans I have within the year and beyond. But I think we're starting here in Nigeria, and then we'll be taking a look at what Max Air has to offer. And at the end of the day, I will give you my view about what I think about the travel experience and what it is I notice, and of course, if possible, throw out one or two recommendations out there. And of course, this is where I'll also be needing you, my aviation enthusiast, to also be part of that reflections. And of course, we can help shaping the aviation industry in the whole world. So join me as I take this journey. I think I just have to prepare around before taking my trip to the airport. See you there. So I'm already on my way to the airport. I booked an Uber and I'm waiting for the Uber to get here. And today's 1st August, and it seems that protesters are protesting about the situation of the country, and there has been a lot of lockdown. There's been a lot of roadblocks, and I saw security men, police, and military. This is protest, please. Nigeria, please. It's already bad. Don't make it bad. We already have, even you, the uniformed men, you are affected. So why block the protesters, right? Take example of what happened in Venezuela, where it just took only one policewoman to, show solidarity with the protesters, and every other police personnel joined in to that protest. Please, Nigeria, let's get to learn about this, right? So while I wait for my Uber, I'll keep you updated on how the movement to my trip to Yola is, and of course, I'll keep you posted. Thank you. So hello guys, you can see this protest is taking a massive turn, especially here in Abuja. We have a lot of youths on the streets. We're just praying this doesn't go violent, and they are taking over almost everywhere. And This is turning into something else. So there I was on August 1st, all set to board my flight. I had my bags packed, my camera gear ready, and the excitement of another adventure in the air. But life, as you know, has its own sense of humor. So I embarked on my way to the airport. My Uber came around and he took me and we plied through the road to the airport. It was a 25 minutes drive to the airport, and while we were on our way, I had the opportunity to look at the sights and sounds of Abuja. And by the time we highlighted into the very roads that will take us down to the airport, I began to have the sense of feeling that, yeah, of course, today's flight is really going to be exciting. But as like I said, life, you know, has its own plans for all of us all. So there I was, my adventure started, and I didn't even know about it. So we alighted into the Abuja airport, and then we made our way through the terminals where my Uber was meant to park in order not to attract 25,000 naira fine. So slowly but surely, I began to notice a lot of things around the airport. I discovered that the airport was sort of scanty, and I quickly attributed this to maybe it's the 1st August protest. So I came down from the Uber, Nnamdi Azikwe International and here we are, the Abuja International Airport, through Terminal D, which is of course the very terminal that we will be checking in, and that's where I'll be getting my boarding pass from. So the actual terminal I was meant to get my boarding pass from was Terminal B. So it was kind of, you know, far from where my Uber dropped me. So I made my way to the security checkpoint. So while we're on this, please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. And you can also place a like button, or you can also share your comment on the comment section. It's not really easy doing this, you know, and we spend a lot of money doing that. My Patreon link is also below. You can also click it to support what we do. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the video. What about my phone? My phone? So guys, I just obtained my luggage, so I'm going to collect my boarding pass. Let's see how that goes. So I'm trying to locate Max Air. So as I approached the airline decks to get my boarding pass, this is where things began to dawn on me that something might have happened today. Max Air. Max Air. So I arrived at the airport eagerly anticipating the trip ahead, only to find out that my flight had been cancelled. Yes, you heard that right, cancelled. And the best part, no one thought it necessary to drop me an email, a text, or even a smoke signal. It wasn't until I was at the counter ready to collect my boarding pass that I was hit with the news. Hi guys. The other day, my flight was cancelled. So I was supposed to update you guys on why that flight was cancelled and what was the update later on. But I guess I don't have. I couldn't get the opportunity to do that. Okay. So today, which is 7th of August, is like 6 days later. I am now back to this airport to see if I can actually make my flight. And it looks like today is a positive day because consider the airport is busy, and I can see arrivals, I can see departures, and I dropped close to the international terminal, and now I am off to Terminal D. All right, Terminal B rather, where I'm expected to check in, get my boarding pass, and of course, get to my flight, of course. So while we're on that, um, I'm on my way there. All right, thank you. So, guys, I just collected my boarding pass. It took a lot of while to do that, but I won't fault the airline because they had network issues, and that network issues was what caused a lot of mishap. We had people who were traveling to Kano, Nigeria, who were already checking in and collecting their boarding pass. So this was some of the slowdown. So for my flight to Yola, eventually I think the flight time is by 3:40, or rather the check-in time is by 3:40. Means I'm going to stay some hours, maybe 2, 3, I guess. But one key thing I've noticed with the airline is particularly I feel they need to enhance their coordination, because while we were waiting to collect our boarding pass, we had people who were shorting the line. They were shunting the lines. We had airline staffs and who were coming, shunting the lines for other passengers. And then people who were already on the line waiting to collect their boarding pass had to wait, for all those favors to be carried out, which I feel is bad. So this is one little gap I discovered, and I think it would be sort of nice for the airlines to look into that and see how their activities in terms of coordination in collecting boarding pass and checking in needs to be well strengthened. So now I'm heading to the boarding room, or the boarding area, where I need to sit down. You can see the Max Air flight at my back, but this is not our flight. So I think I'll look for a comfortable place and then we'll discuss this a little bit. Why not? Let me get into the boarding area. So fast forward to August 7th. After mentally preparing myself for a repeat of the first, I approached the counter with cautious optimism. This time, however, luck was on my side. The flight was on, scheduled for 4:05 p.m. I was finally on my way to Yola. The plane, a Boeing 737-36Q, more than 20 years old but still kicking, was ready, and we were waiting for the arrival of the plane. We were, however, told that the plane was going to come from Maiduguri, Borno State, so we had to wait another 3 hours for the arrival. So I'm just waiting for, I've just already eaten, and now I'm trying to look at some of the views around me. So this is not a lunch actually. This is a place where you can come and relax and eat. And I did that. Maybe shortly I will also go back to the boarding area and sit to enjoy my meal. Why not? Let's just have some sight of these planes that are parked around here. Now let's talk about the bed we'll be flying today to Yola with. This bed was manufactured on August 7th, 1999. This aircraft has seen it all, and I mean all. But hey, age is just a number, right? So my seat was 14F, a window seat. Of course, because if you're flying and you don't get a window seat, did you even fly? Let's just say I love window seats. Yeah, so you just saw the nature at which we have looked at some of the gaps for today, and of course, making these flights through. I remember if you look at the sites for Azman Air, think they were one of the best airlines in Nigeria, and particularly, I think they were shut down for a short while, and now they just came back. And of course, they have started operating, but I think it's just two routes for now. I'm not really sure. I saw Gombe and one other state like that. And Ibom here has just left. ValueJet has just left. Airpiece just arrived, but it's parked at my back. And we're waiting for Max Air to come by 3 or so. So the flight I'm embarking on today is a 55 minutes flight, depending on the speed. And I feel we'll be cruising around 28,000 feet above sea level, and of course, the flight time will be 50 minutes after takeoff. So, with this in mind, we want to check critically some of the things. Is it safe to fly Max Air? Last 2 weeks, Max Air had an incident when they landed in Yola and they had a flat tire on the runway immediately they landed. And this is something that a lot of customers or passengers of that Max Air flight are still trying to recover from. I myself, when I booked my flight on that particular airline, I was skeptical because I was particularly looking at if this is something I want to do. But this, my experience today, is not just an experience for whether or not it's safe to fly Max Air. I think it's an experience to look into their overall activity. I know Josh Cahill has once flied Max Air and they had good reviews on that. So look at this video like an update through that review on what is currently happening with Max Air and what recommendations can we give to Max Air to strengthen their services and of course to enhance customers' experience in terms of value. So these are some of the things that I feel is highly relevant and very important for us to look into, and this is something we want to be looking at. So I'll be dropping my Patreon link below so you can support what I do, and then you gain early access to any perks or even the backstage of these and other videos that I might not be able to post on YouTube, Facebook, and any other platform. So one quick notice, we just also opened our Facebook page, and you can go there too as well and like. And of course, I know you're waiting for me to update you on what particularly happened on the 1st of August when I tried to embark on this trip. Ideally, I would have chosen another destination, but because of other itineraries I had already planned to do in Yola, I couldn't reroute my journey to maybe places like Maiduguri because they were already checking in, and the airline staff on ground asked if I wanted rerouting, and I said no, I wouldn't be rerouting. I would rather go back to my hotel. And for one reason or the other, I didn't just get it filmed into the. I didn't get it filmed per se, you know. So, but I just went with the flow, and I guess I was somewhat disappointed. And they're already here for crying out loud. And the news I got, because that day was a protest day, why wouldn't they fly? So I was particularly pissed off, and I decided to just go back. And out of that feeling, I couldn't record or get anything. So, but here we are today. I strongly believe that this journey is something that will take place, and it's going to be a marvelous experience. So maybe from here it could just be to the body room, and then from there I'll take you through our walking through the flight, and then we experience the flight proper. Thank you. So hi guys, here am I. I'm still waiting for Max Air. We got a boarding announcement on the estimated arrival of Max Air from Maiduguri. I'm hoping that's the flight that will be, flying on today to Yola. And based on what is being captured on the boarding pass, we're supposed to take off from 3:40, and then maybe boarding was supposed to start at 2:55, and then takeoff time at 3:40. So here we are. This is almost 3:50, and Max Air has just demonstrated lateness. And I want to believe this could be a setback from their operational systems. So there it is, guys. The the experience is already ongoing, and this is just an update to what Josh Cahill has done before. And of course, Josh Cahill is somebody I respect. I'm one of his biggest fans that we've never met, and hopefully one day maybe I would fly with him. Before then, this is just the Max Air experience. Every other flight, every other airline has been coming. Air Peace, most especially, Rano, Aero Contractor. These airlines have been consistent with their, flight. I just saw Egypt Air, or is it Air Egypt? Uh, you know, um, Taxiing off the ground, going towards the runway, about taking off to Egypt or so. And that is because from where I'm seated, I can sight the international terminal, and I'm seated at the domestic terminal B, um, specifically at the boarding pass area. So just do let me know what is your reflection on the comment section, and then we discuss better. Thank you. Yeah, so from where I just seated, I just sighted Max Air just coming in. Max Air is currently on ground, and let's see if this particular air fleet will be flying to Yola. If we are not being disappointed that it will be flown to, other places like Lagos or maybe Kano. So recently they are fond of doing that, but let's just see what happens today. I also didn't tell you I got a window seat, 14F, a little bit backward because I forgot to select my seat on time as at yesterday when I rescheduled my flight for today. So let's sit back and watch the trio. Don't go anywhere. So, guys, our flight is here, and it was not even announced on the PA. I just got lucky to understand that we are being called to come and, board. But any which way, it's fine. Let's get the experience. So finally, there she is, and she arrived, and we were called to board, and boarding started immediately. So guys, we are here already. We just boarded, and here we go. This is the experience. So just a little tour on the seat. So once seated, I obtained my window seat 14F, and of course I started checking out the configuration for the economy class. We had a few leg rooms, just to explore our food. And then we have, the safety manual in front of us. And then the cabin crew started getting prepared, just to ensure that everything is in check before taking off. And then we waited for other passengers to check in. And at the same time, we also had some of the instruction from the flight crew to prepare us for the takeoff. So guys, this is where the experience actually started, and I was a kind of constrained, though I couldn't move because I had one other person sitting close to me who doesn't really look as if they would need any disturbance. So I just had to just take a brief look at the cabin, and then of course I tried to see what else I could explore while sitting down before we started taxiing off the ground down to the runway per se. So for me, takeoff is one of the key experience in terms of flight exploration, and this is where the experience started for me. So we started bidding Nnamdi Azikwe International Airport goodbye as we take off, and we made our way through 28,000 feet. And this is where the experience of the flight, kicked in for me as I began to enjoy the view behind me and even by the window. So I couldn't really get a closer look at what was actually, going on out there. So viewers, we are already at a cruising altitude of 28,000 feet, and the weather is predominantly nice, clear skies with turbulence. However, I think the weather is still favorable to fly. So as we move forward, maybe I'll keep updating you on how far we've gone and all that. Stay with us as you're enjoying the sights. Thank you. So once in the air, the service kicked in, and what was on the menu, you ask? Well, let me take you through the culinary delight that is economy class. So we had a muffin roll, a small juice, a single sweet, because crew will be too generous, and a bottle of water. Fine dining at 28,000 feet, folks. And for those wondering about the lavatory review, well, that's the thing. I couldn't do it. because I was pretty much glued to my seat. And let's just say the elderly gentleman next to me wasn't exactly in the mood for a mid-flight shuffle. So I had to just, I just had to tread carefully. Now I know some of you aviation enthusiasts out there, like the legendary Josh Cahill, have done comprehensive review of Max Air before. So consider this an update, a fresh look at what's happening there in the skies concerning Max Air. And let me tell you, Max Air is holding its own, truly. And the crew was friendly anyway. The plane had that vintage charm, and the flight, well, it got me to Yola in one piece. So I'd call that a win. Then finally, we proceeded with our final descent into Yola at the mass stage. So with this charming view, I've never seen this type of view closely. And one thing I was used to was coming from the other side of the runway. But this time around, I got the opportunity to get a closer look at what it is. So Yola is a suburb town, and predominantly this is Jamaica. We were actually landing into the metropolitan area. So for us, or for me rather, I would say that this is a really beautiful view. So guys, we just highlighted, and right now I'm going towards the arrival segment of the airport. And so I know the question you want to ask now is my overall experience with the Max Air flights. Yeah, for the in-flight experience, it was really a smooth ride. Despite the weather, we still had a very smooth ride. I even slept off. But one thing, I was too constrained. I couldn't go get the new review. But in due time, I promise to do that, and I'll get that review for you guys next time. So, and of course, the meal service or the refreshment service was top notch. It was great for an economic class, and I think it was quite good. And of course, hospitality of the cabin crew. Yeah, they were always moving around, trying to see that things were okay and all that. So I'm just gonna give Max Air 4/5 star rating. But there's room for improvement in terms of making the timelines, in terms of being prompt, and of course, they should strengthen their communication. And then the shunting of lines I think they still need to do some training with their in-flight, their ground staffs at the airports who are coordinating, checking, and boarding, and all that. So for me, this is the Max Air experience. If you disagree with my review, or you had more to, if you want to share your experience, you can as well, do that on the comment section, and of course, do let me know what you think. So landing at Yola International Airport was smooth, and as I stepped off the plane, I couldn't help but reflect on the journey. It wasn't perfect, far from it, but it was real, and that's what we are all about here on Flight Realities. Real experiences, real reviews, and sometimes a real sense of humor to keep things light. So the question remains, would I fly Max Air again? Absolutely. But next time, I'll make sure to double check my email before I leave for the airport rather. So thanks for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned for more aviation adventures right here on Flight Realities. So until next time, keep your seatbelt fastened and your tray table in the upright position. Safe travels. Bye.